Hey everybody, it's Mark Vogt with VOGTLAND Outdoors. Here with another winter lesson on using the VOGTLAND shooting method. Traditional archers, typically you're using some level of string walking. You might be instinctive shooting, but for those of you that are using string walking to change the elevation of the arrow from the rear instead of from the front, for those of you that are actually anchoring off to the side of your face and trying to somehow look down that arrow, what if I were to offer you that if you made only 2 changes to your existing technique, 2 small changes, you could dramatically and instantly increase your accuracy? Would that be interesting to you? Would you listen for even a little bit? Because that's what I want to try to talk about today. The 2 changes that I'm going to ask you to make are going to be this. You're going to do string walking still, but now you're going to be anchoring under your chin. And the reason I'm asking you to do that is by anchoring under your chin, you're going to be able to put your eye right down the left edge of the string, just like Olympic recurve archers do. And the second thing I'm going to ask you to do is not gap shoot. You're going to put the tip of your arrow right smack on the target for all of the different elevations, all the different ranges, the distances that you shoot at. Those are the 2 changes I'm going to ask you to make. And what you're going to get by anchoring under your chin, you're going to be able to dramatically increase the elevation that you can put that arrow on comfortably, which dramatically increases the range you can shoot at by using the tip of the arrow for your front sight. And by looking down the left edge of the string, you're looking straight over the top of the arrow, just like an Olympic recurve archer does, and they're just as brutally accurate as any compound archer with a peep sight and with a pin in the front. The VOGTLAND shooting method then is made up of just a few steps. 1, you're going to pick your gap using string walking to determine the elevation of your arrow from the rear. 2, you're going to draw back under your chin. 3, you're going to look down the left edge of the string. 4, the tip of the arrow, you're going to put that on the target. And 5, you're going to do a very smooth release under your chin like this, not twang your arm off. Let's see how that method works for a 20-meter target, which for me is a 3-finger gap. So looking over my shoulder, you're going to see me go through the motions, and I'll try to talk my way through. I picked my gap, draw under my chin, look down the left edge of the string, put the tip of the arrow on the target, and offer a smooth release. And we saw I'm only about 3 inches off of the bullseye. Let's do a couple more shots so that you can watch this. Feel free to zoom in on the YouTube video. If you're watching on your phones, take your fingers and zoom in on the target and see what's happening. Step 1, pick the gap. 3 fingers for me. That's going to look like this when I'm aiming. You'll see the arrow is actually tipped down. So number 1, pick the gap. 2, draw under the chin like an Olympic recurve archer. 3, look down the left edge. 4, put the tip of the arrow right on the target. 5, smooth release. Let's go take a look at what that does. Clear? You'll see I'm not cutting my videos. We're going to go see how that method did. It just seemed way too simple, didn't it? And yet when we see the accuracy that you can achieve just from those 2 simple changes, anchoring under your chin instead of along the side of your face, looking down the left edge of the string to make a rear peep, and then using the tip of the arrow as your front pin, you end up with this perfect alignment on your target. You also end up being able to completely watch the arrow as it travels because you're watching the head from the very beginning. And on top of all of that, that head, that tip of that arrow is right smack on the target. Not below it in gap shooting, not above it in gap shooting, not left or right. You're putting it right on the target. So the level of confidence that you have that your shot's going to go where you're aiming is supreme. It's every bit as good, toe to toe with any compound archer, toe to toe with any Olympic recurve archer. This is Mark Vogt. I hope you enjoyed watching this particular video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hi to the guys in Indonesia and Iraq that have been signing on. Hi to Jason from Hawaii that just started watching and learning the method today. We'll talk to you soon. See you out there.